Alright everyone, welcome back to my Devil May Cry 5 S-Rank guide, and today I'm going to be helping you with mission 14. So this is another V mission, but it's also the last V mission in the game. But this is also a boss rush, so I'm going to be helping you with that. So I split up the gameplay there, but okay. So usually a lot of people will tell you to do Goliath first with Shadow, but I suggest that you do Artemis first, so the one in the middle, and pick Griffin. And I say this because I feel like this is just more safer. When you go into Goliath with both Shadow and Griffin, then it's just gonna be an easier job than with just Shadow. But okay, you want to free Griffin, and then an Artemis is gonna show up. Alright, so first of all, as you can see, a lot of stuff around the environment, so don't worry about that too much. That is gonna be destroyed during the fight. And every single boss fight we're gonna be fighting in this mission has a lot less HP than when we fought them the first time. But alright, Artemis, this one's gonna be kind of a slow burn because we only have Griffin, but I'm telling you, this is the safest strategy. So all you want to do is hold square to charge Griffin's level 3 lightning and then just launch it at her while avoiding her attacks. And that's all you want to do until you kill Artemis. And style points shouldn't be a problem in this mission. I feel like you should have enough style points for an S rank after 3 boss fights on Dante Must Die, especially after playing as V. So you should be good on that and just focus on killing the bosses. So yeah, just Griffin level 3 lightning and until it dies. So Artemis has a lot of attacks, but they're all pretty easy to avoid. For example, those lasers, she'll do them both horizontally and vertically. If she does them vertically, you just move to the side. If she does them horizontally, you just jump over. She will also try to fly at you and hit you, but a well-timed single jump should be able to avoid it. But if you're uncomfortable with single jumping, just double jump and let Griffin carry you in the air for a bit. If she launches lasers at you that are horizontal and like layered on top of each other, then a single jump should do it too. But again, if you're uncomfortable, just use Griffin. And sometimes when she flies at you, she's gonna try to circle back and hit you a couple of more times. So again, just single jump, double jump with Griffin, you will be alright. Again, these attacks are fairly easy to avoid here, so you should be good on this fight. And Griffin is definitely the best animal for this fight, because if you did this with Shadow, for example, most of his attacks are meant to attack enemies that are on the ground, while Artemis is floating most of the time. And if you pick Nightmare, you're gonna need constant Devil Trigger to do any damage. If you run out of Devil Trigger, that means you cannot do any damage, so Griffin is definitely best here because he deals with aerial enemies the best and also does a decent amount of damage. So yeah, just keep hitting her with Griffin's level 3 lightning, avoid her lasers. As you can see, she can also launch lasers into the sky and then they can hit you when they're going down. So just avoid them, you can just run out of the way. And you see this big laser, right? If you stand behind Artemis, she is not able to hit you with that. So just get behind her and you will be safe. She will still be able to hit Griffin, so just make sure you get Griffin behind her too, so that Griffin doesn't die. Here I take a hit in a second because I failed to get behind her when she does the big laser blast. There we go. I was meant to go behind her, but I did not do it in time, so I took damage, but it's okay. And just make sure Artemis doesn't hit you when she's in Devil Trigger, because that's gonna hurt a lot more than the hit I took. And you do want to take as little damage as possible, especially on the first boss, because you don't have a heal in between bosses, so whatever health you're left with after each boss fight, that's the health amount you're going into the next one. I take another hit here in a bit, so I'm going to have to do 2 boss fights after this with like half my health bar left. So yeah, avoid my mistakes. And yeah, Artemis is a fairly easy boss to dodge its attacks, so just jump. You can jump over most of them. Jump over them or dodge and you will be good. And yeah, we still have a little while to go here, but again, just keep shooting her up with lightning and we will be good. This fight is not hard. She will be Devil Triggering soon enough, meaning she will be able to take more damage than she is now. And she's also going to be doing a lot more damage, so just make sure that you do not get hit when she's in Devil Trigger. And yeah, just keep on going. So yeah, I took a hit there because I jumped too early. What I should have done is double jumped and grabbed Griffin so he keeps me in the air for longer. So yeah, then I had to finish this boss fight and then do 2 more boss fights with only half a health bar. But it's okay, because it's not that hard. These get easier the more animals you have. So when you get to Cavalier Angelo, which is the last fight we're going to be doing, you're going to have all 3 of them back. So Cavalier is going to be really easy. Oh, and that right there, you saw how the laser went through me and I took no damage? Here's a reminder that jumping gives you iframes. So if you think you're about to get hit or something, just jump and you will have a second of invulnerability. So here I got Artemis stunned, so now's your chance to get some big damage, so just keep doing charge level 3s, and then when she gets up, just get back to spamming lightning. We're almost done with Artemis, then we still have to do Goliath and Cavalier Angelo. But yeah, overall, as long as V stays back and jumps when he needs to avoid a bunch of attacks, and Griffin just keeps spamming lightning, you will be good here. This is not a hard fight. Just try to avoid taking sloppy hits like I did, and yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. So I've still got about 30 seconds left in this fight here, so I'm just kind of, doing charge level 3s with Griffin, avoiding attacks. Again, it's an easy fight, you should not have any trouble here. I'm slowly waddling down that health bar now. Artemis here is almost dead. Look at that, the health bar is basically invisible. And then once you get rid of her health, Artemis goes into a stalemate and you just have to land the finishing blow. She launches a couple of lasers at me, tries to charge at me, but it's too late. She's stalemated, I try to kill her. V has some trouble, but it's okay, I do it anyway. And that's Artemis done. We have 2 more bosses now. So next up we're going to do Goliath, not Cavalier Angelo, so the one on the right. So you want to walk in there and you're going to pick Shadow, because having Griffin and Shadow on Goliath is better than having Griffin and Nightmare, because yeah, Nightmare does a lot of damage, but again, he still needs Devil Trigger to be used. And yeah, 3000 style points. The more familiars you have, the more points you'll be getting. But okay, walk into the light and you're gonna have a choice between Shadow and Nightmare. You're gonna wanna pick Shadow, and then it's on to Goliath. So pick him up. Shadow is the orb on the right, and alright, boss fight time. So Skewer is gonna be one of your best friends in this fight. Look at that, one Skewer did a decent amount of damage there. Then I am also charging level 3 lightning with Griffin. It can be kind of awkward holding square while trying to perform moves with Shadow, but it shouldn't be that big of an issue. You're gonna be doing skewers a lot anytime you get the chance. If Goliath is standing still, if he's busy with like Griffin or V, do skewer with Shadow. It is back to forward triangle, and it does a crap ton of damage. If Shadow dies like he just did there for me, stand next to his orb to regen him faster while doing level 3 lightning with Griffin. Griffin also died, so I'm going to go regen him in a second. So yeah, if one of them dies, do the best move with the other one that's still alive. So skewer with Shadow and charge 3 level lightning with Griffin. Try to pop some other attacks from time to time, but those are the main ones you want to use. If both your animals die at the same time, then you obviously want to avoid Goliath's attacks as V, and try to get as close to their orbs as possible to regen them faster. If Goliath stands there doing nothing or is recovering from an attack, just pop a skewer, that's gonna do the most damage. And if you get him stunned, you'll have the opportunity to do a couple of skewers, so don't waste it. Right here I do miss my skewer, but it's okay. Goliath's kind of busy with Griffin's orb. So now that Griffin is dead, I'm going to try to, revive him while still pulling off skewers with Shadow. As you can see, I'm still doing damage even though I'm going to revive Griffin. So again, if both of them are alive, keep hitting him with charge level 3 lightning and skewers. That's gonna do the most damage. Quickest way to kill him. He's gonna be killing Shadow and Griffin a lot, so you do want to keep them up revived all the time when they die. A couple of Goliath attacks. Sometimes he's gonna try to do like lower attacks to kill Shadow, and sometimes he's gonna like try to, if Griffin's attacking and is up close to him, he's gonna try to like hit in the air so that he can, hit Griffin. He's also gonna try to smack the ground a bunch like he's doing there right now. Boom. As long as V stays away, you'll be alright. If he kills one of the boys, just revive them while attacking with the other one. Now he can also do a run attack, but you're actually going to have to watch out for that one, because he can either run at Shadow or Griffin, but he can also run at you. And what you're going to want to do there is you're going to want to jump out of the way, because if you time your jump well enough, you're going to have iframes, and that's going to get you away from Goliath. And if you're not comfortable with jumping away, then you can just use the double jump with Griffin. So here, like I'm doing it right now, he's running at me, so I double jump with Griffin, and I'm gonna have enough height to not get hit by him. So I quickly go to revive Shadow because he is dead. Goliath charges at Griffin, so I don't really have to worry about it. Now I'm going to have to revive Griffin, but it's okay because I have skewers back on deck because Shadow's alive. Well, was alive. He was alive for like a grand total of 2 seconds, so now I have to survive until one of them comes back alive, because if both of them are dead, Goliath will be primarily focusing on you. And also, V can't do any damage. But alright, Griffin is back, so I start charging lightning at him again. Shadow is also alive, so back to doing skewers. But look at that, Griffin is dead again. Look how quickly he can kill one of your guys. But I decided to stay in the back, pop a few taunts to build up my style with pulling off skewers with Shadow. That does a good bit of damage there. Goliath is devil triggered now, so you're gonna wanna watch out for his attacks, because now if you get hit, it's gonna hurt a lot more. And he is also more durable now, so that means we're gonna be here for a little bit longer, waddling down that health bar. But it's okay. So look at that, there he goes. He tries to hit Griffin out of the sky but fails miserably. I hit him with lightning a bit while Shadow was dead. But yeah, now I covered about the gist of what we're doing here. We're charging level 3 lightning, we're doing skewers with Shadow until Goliath dies. If one of them dies, do the move with the other one. Try to hit some other attacks if you can to just build your style up just a bit. Hit some taunts if you can. Try to avoid Goliath attacks. Most of them will be focused on Shadow and Griffin anyway, but if he runs at you, just double jump away with Griffin, you'll be good. A lot of his attacks with V, you can just jump away if he attacks you and you'll be good. Just make sure V stays in the back most of the time though, then he shouldn't bother you as much. He's going to be focusing on Shadow and Griffin. If they die, just revive them, just stay close to their orbs to pick them up faster. When both Shadow and Griffin die though, Goliath will try and focus on you more, so you're gonna want to revive the two as fast as possible, or at least one of them. But okay, there he jumps at me, so I double jump with Griffin and I'm safe. He then charges at me and I just about managed to avoid it. That was lucky. He kills Griffin here in a second. There we go. So all I have is Shadow, but that's okay because Shadow was really good in this fight. I take a hit in a sec here, so that's not exactly good because I'm going to have to go into Cavalier Angelo with a quarter of my health left. But okay, Goliath was recovering from his attack there, so I got the chance to revive both Shadow and Griffin, so that's very good. He then tried to run at me, which I managed to avoid. Again, it's a really easy attack to avoid, so yeah, you should be alright there. Just double jump on Griffin, single jump if you time it right, you'll have iframes, you will be good. There, I avoided it again. I say all that by the way, and I get hit with this attack in just right here, and now I have to go to Cavalier with a quarter of my health. My point still stands though. This attack is very easy to avoid. I'm just stupid. And I jumped way too early then. I should have waited an extra second there before I jumped. But okay, we're almost done with this fight. His health bar is basically invisible. Just make sure you don't get hit like I did. Don't take any sloppy hits and you'll be good. And yeah, he's in stalemate now. Just kill him and then it's on to Cavalier Angelo. And luckily enough, Cavalier Angelo is going to be the shortest one and the easiest one, simply because of the fact that we're going to have all three familiars with us now. And yeah, 4,200 style points is still not exactly the greatest, because you need 5,000 if you want an S rank. But having all three of the familiars is definitely going to help boosting you that rank, so you should be alright. But okie doke, walk into the light one more time, pick up Nightmare, and then it's time for Cavalier Angelo. Hopefully you have a bit more health than a quarter of your health bar like I do. And alright, the second the fight starts, I pop Nightmare, and do not be afraid to use Nightmare here. He is gonna give you a massive damage boost while you use him. Try to have at least 3 bars of Devil Trigger though at all times, because just in case both your animals die, the second you pop Nightmare, they will come back to life, so it's good to have some Devil Trigger spared. And I'll show this right here. Cavalier kills Shadow, so I pop Nightmare and Shadow was back to life instantly. And alright, with Griffin and Shadow, it's more of the same what you've been doing for the last 2 bosses. With Griffin, just keep doing charge level 3 lightnings, try to do some other moves though. With Shadow, just keep doing skewers and you will be alright. Pop Nightmare from time to time to do some extra damage, and when Cavalier goes into that move, you either want to get away or knock him out of it, because if you don't, then he's gonna like create a massive lightning blast, and that's gonna kill all your animals, and if you're close enough to it, then it's also gonna damage you. I managed to knock him out of it. Luckily, I get some hits in with Shadow, pop a skewer. I miss because he teleports away, and sometimes he's gonna like teleport away and then teleport back in and land a slash. A lot of the time, he's just gonna do it on Shadow or Griffin, but sometimes he will do it at you, so you're going to want to jump away. When he does it, you can do it with Griffin too, a double jump, and then he's also going to follow up with a second slash, so you're going to again want to avoid that. Sometimes he's also going to try to launch projectiles at you, so you could just either run to avoid them or you can just do dodges. Both are going to work. And sometimes he'll cause lightning strikes to come out of the ground, so the best way to avoid that is just to run. When you manage to get Cavalier Angelo stunned, then that's your chance to get some big damage. Pop Nightmare and pop a few skewers, and you're going to get a lot of damage out of it. And if you remember, when we did this fight as Dante, you had to parry him a lot to get some openers and land some hits in. But with V, you don't have to worry about that as much, because Shadow and Griffin just wreck him. And then if you pop Nightmare to it, it's just a slaughter fest. So just keep landing hits until you kill him. Look how much a skewer does, by the way. A skewer is a really good move. The charge up animation is so worth it. But okay, Cavalier Angelo teleports away. It's gonna start doing its charge up animation soon, so this is your chance to again land a few charge lightnings and a few skewers. And look at that, this time he actually managed to pull off the lightning, so that instantly killed Shadow. So I pop Nightmare to get him back up instantly. And now I keep Nightmare on the battlefield for the rest of the fight, because Cavalier is almost dead. Boom, stalemated. Going for the kill, and we are done with the mission basically now. All you have to do now is just run to the end. There's no more combat encounters, not even any optional combat encounters. All you have to do now is run to the end of the mission and it's over. Look at that, 5,000 style points. That is an S rank. Run into the light, and yeah, now all you have to do is to get to the end of the mission. I speed up the gameplay here because nothing else happens in this mission. You just have to destroy some Clydefoot roots and then yeah, just run to the end. And then once you do that, you're greeted with a cutscene, so just skip it and then it's mission over. So yeah, just skip the cutscene. Boom, check out the rankings. 5,000 style points, no continues, 6,200, that is an S rank. Hope this helped you. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, of course, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Adios.